Welcome to what proved to be yet another action-packed season in P1 Offshore's SuperCat class. The high-octane action kicked off on Florida's Space Coast in the 2022 edition of the legendary Thunder on Cocoa Beach. That was followed by the Sarasota Grand Prix on Southwest Florida's Gulf Coast. Then the fleet headed to St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Florida for the 2022 APBA P1 Offshore Championship for SuperCat. Now let's head back to round one on Cocoa Beach as we review the 2022 P1 Offshore SuperCat season. Thunder on Cocoa Beach was raced in all classes on a 7.5-mile circuit that runs the length of Cocoa Beach. Cocoa Beach has a vibrant bar and restaurant scene, glorious sunshine, miles of sandy beaches, and of course stunning ocean views, as fans crowded the streets and enjoyed the traditional boat parade, a celebration of the powerboating way of life as teams, families and spectators joined in the fun with street parties and concerts. There were 7 teams competing in the SuperCat division, where 32 to 42-foot catamarans with fully enclosed race canopies and twin 750 horsepower engines slogged it out on the big waves off Cocoa Beach. Last year's overall SuperCat champions MCon had Myrick Coyle driving in their number 6 boat with throttleman Tyler Miller as they began their campaign to defend their title in 2022.
Driver's Myrick Coyle. He's also in the S21 stock boat. He's a multi-time world and national champ in SuperCat. We were the national champions for 2021. We were doing really well at the Worlds. We won both Wednesday and Friday and had a mechanical failure on Sunday to win the World Championships. You know, things come and go, but we're looking to really redeem ourselves here in Cocoa Beach and get this thing back on top of the podium.
CJ Grant's number 54 Graydale boat had driver Chris Grant racing alongside throttleman Billy Moore.
We're pretty confident, we're learning as we go with the boat, and Chris has got a good feel for it now. With the testing we did a few weeks ago, it was just fantastic. We set up a course and just got to where we could just run the boat flat out everywhere we went. You don't ever know until you actually get to the first turn with everybody, and either you're a hero or zero.
We took some high flyers out there. It was pretty good.
The New Zealand outfit NZ11 Pro Floors Racing was back with throttleman Grant Brueggemann and driver Wayne Valder.
Yeah, it feels pretty cool to be back. It's been a long time coming. We've been 2.5 years before we can get back. We've been held in jail over in our country, but finally let out, and good to be back, and good to see the sports growing a little bit since I've been away.
WHM Motorsports had Jay Muller on throttle duty alongside driver Britt Lilly, who had a busy weekend racing and winning in Class 1 for Husky Chocolate and in the Stock V race with LSB Hurricane of Awesomeness. Number 88 SV Offshore had driver Simon Prevost with throttleman Vinny Diorio in their 39-foot Outer Limits manufactured catamaran. The SuperCat class. 7 boats, 7 laps, nearly 53 miles of racing ahead.
So today we pull the starting position, so we pull the 5th position out of 7. We'll try to be in the right position coming into turn 1, which is where the biggest place of the race starts, and then we'll see where we end up after that first turn.
Starting lineup. Graydale with the luck of the draw in pole position, New Zealanders Pro Floors Racing in P2, WHM in P3, MCon P4. The SuperCats line up for the running start and the green flag goes up. Here we go. MCon pulling through between WHM to their starboard and SV Offshore to their port side as Coyle and Miller lead the field to the commitment buoy. Behind the SuperCats is the race start for the 450R class, as number 7 boat MTI starts with the lead. MCon out in the lead, but Graydale is moving up very fast on that inside lane as they approach the commitment buoy and the first turn. And sure enough, Graydale's pole position advantage cuts down MCon's lead and gets Graydale first to the commitment buoy. Behind the lead boats is NZ11 Pro Floors in 3rd, with WHM Motorsports in 4th. In the rear is dramatised Offshore Racing, with the two 450R class boats catching up to them, MTI right on their inside. Gradell coming around the turn with a firm lead over MCon in 2nd. Big air, huge jump there. These drivers are all taking a beating out there. MCon 2nd, NZ11 Pro Floors 3rd, WHM 4th, Team 10 5th. In the 3rd lap, Team 10 pushes up on WHM Motorsport, taking the fight to the Canadians, and they find the speed they need on the outside of the turn to overhaul WHM and take 4th position. Behind the battle for 4th is SV Offshore in 6th. Ahead, the two-way slugfest continues between Team 10 and WHM for 4th. They battle lap after lap, tooth and claw, switching back and forth between inside and outside lanes. But it's a mechanical problem that finally takes out WHM. That puts Marty Siersma and Mark Kowalski in the Team 10 boat back in 4th, with SV Offshore moving up to 5th. In the 450R class, MTI slows down and is in trouble, as Sizem and Tomlinson relinquish their lead and are passed by Randy Keys and Billy Allen in Clovar Motorsports, who go on to win the 450R category. Gradell was unstoppable. Chris Grant and Billy Moore completing a perfect race as they capitalised on their inside lane advantage early. Runner-up Myrick Coyle and Tyler Miller of MCon. 3rd place goes to NZ11 Pro Floors, Team 10 4th, SV Offshore 5th ahead of Dramatised Racing in 6th.
Well, we didn't get to the first turn in the lead, but we actually were able to round the corner and just try to work on everybody. And once we got out front, I mean, I hate to say it like this, but we got out front and tried to improve our position every lap, if you know what I mean. Just
didn't
run
stop.
our own race. And the boys were telling me where everybody's at, and I'm like, I'm not breaking the rhythm. We have a good rhythm right now. I'm not slowing up for nothing. Just keep pushing, push.
And bumpy out there, unbelievable. One after another. Boom, boom, boom. High flyers, all of them.
Kudos to Gradell. Boys ran hard. You wouldn't believe how many times you take a shot and just feels like you get the wind knocked out of you in a race like that. Get your butt kicked. I got my butt kicked.
You're thinking, oh, man.
Mine are out there.
With the racing action completed, awards, trophies and prizes were handed to the winners and podium placers in all classes at the gala event ceremony that capped another extraordinary event. Welcome to Sarasota, where the 2022 P1 Offshore and Aquacross Championships saw a double bill of powerboat racing and 2 days of world-class marine motorsport action at the 37th Annual Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix. Sarasota County provides the quintessential white sand beach getaway with golden sunsets and a very vibrant social and artistic scene. The weekend kicked off with a block party sponsored by CMR Construction and Roofing as the teams assembled downtown for the traditional boat parade, and fans got a chance to see the juggernauts up close and also meet some of the drivers. The championship was still wide open as 7 teams raced in the SuperCat category. These giant catamarans are powered by twin 750 horsepower inboard engines and have fully enclosed canopies. Points leaders going into Sarasota was MCon's Tyler Miller and Myrick Coyle.
Stop number 3, Sarasota 2022. And, finishing up with race 1 and race 2, we finished first overall lake race about a month ago. Rough water, Cocoa Beach, leading into what we thought might be a calm water race here in Sarasota. But as always, it's a little bumpy out there in testing today. Had some good numbers. We're really excited and looking forward to race day tomorrow.
SV Offshore's Simon Prevost and Vinny Diorio were ready to build on their runner-up finish in the Ozarks in round 2, which boosted them up to 2nd on the points board.
We went to Lake of the Ozark and we ended up finished 2nd there and come out of there with a lot of momentum and a lot of enthusiasm with our team because we're getting our boat to really run good.
third place on the points board was Pro Floors Racing's Wayne Valder and Grant Brueggemann after their round 1 third place finish in Cocoa Beach, then a 5th place finish in Lake of the Ozarks in round 2. There were also 2 new teams. Number 8 Justice League has driver Don Urfer and Richard Davis on throttle, and Liquor Split is driven by John Paul Amons and has Jim McIntyre on throttle. Round 3 of the SuperCats, 7 boats revved and ready for the Sarasota Powerboat Grand Prix. The New Zealanders of Pro Floors Racing, Wayne Valder and Grant Brueggemann, were looking to turn their season around.
Yeah, today we're in pole position, which is a big benefit for us to get that inside lane closest to the start boat. As long as we have a good run down to the first buoy there, we should come around in first place, and then from there we can change lanes and race from there. So,
you know, a win today for us would be fantastic. Put us back on, back at the top with the points again, which is where we really want to be.
Crowds once again lined the shores of Lido Beach to watch the race unfold.
We're starting to move. Everyone get in your appropriate lanes. Everyone get in your appropriate lane.
The boats are in position, the green flag is up, the race is on. Great and well-timed acceleration from WHM Motorsports as Billy Moff and Jay Muller go all out at the start. Fantastic start for Moff and Muller, the yellow boat way out in the lead on the straightaway to the commitment buoy. A more gradual acceleration from NZ11 Pro Floors Racing, who appear to have chosen top speed over acceleration in their prop setup as they leave SV Offshore behind. Meanwhile, on the outside is MCon, who are head-to-head with WHM, opting for a very different path to the commitment buoy. Let's see how it pans out. What a move from MCon as they find the speed in the cleaner water outside to jump ahead and beat the other 6 boats to the commitment buoy as WHM drop to second and then find themselves getting overhauled by Pro Floors Racing as WHM drop to third. As the boats come round the first turn, it's MCon in the lead, followed by Pro Floors Racing in the NZ11 boat in second, and then Graydell moving up to third as WHM continue to drop to fourth. Brilliant start from MCon, who've already built a lead on the rest of the pack. NZ11 settled into second behind MCon. While WHM keep up their pursuit of third, they find SV Offshore moving up on them on the inside. In their first race of the season is Liquor Split's John Paul Amons and Jim McIntyre, who find themselves in 6th behind SV Offshore Racing. In the 450R stock class, which is run simultaneously with SuperCats, it's Clover Motorsports' Randy Keys and Billy Allen leading over MTI's father and daughter pair of Randy and Taylor Schism. By the end of lap 4, MCon still leads, but NZ11 Pro Floors has been gradually reducing the gap and crawling their way closer with their excellent top speed and consistency. The Kiwis of Pro Floors Racing gaining incredible speed on the outside as they bring their plan into action, cutting back across the course and then proceeding to leave MCon in their wake in one fell swoop. Brilliant move from Valder and Brueggemann with the NZ11 Pro Floors Racing boat, the new leaders. Pro Floors Racing played their hand well, biding their time, building speed and momentum. Bad luck for Liquor Split, Amons and McIntyre out with mechanical issues. SV Offshore was in 5th position, not what they were looking for, but it gets worse for Prevost and Diorio as they break down and find themselves out of the race, reducing the field to 5 boats. The white flag goes up indicating the last lap of the race. MCon still in 2nd position, giving chase to Pro Floors, but a runner-up finish will not be too shabby. Graydell are on point for a 3rd place finish, but with just half a lap left in the race, disaster strikes. Grant and Moore find themselves struggling as they lose power. WHM pounces and takes 3rd, moving up a position for the first time since the opening lap. The winners of the Sarasota Grand Prix, Pro Floors Racing, with a well-deserved victory for Wayne Valder and Grant Brueggemann as they take the checkered flag. Good runner-up finish for MCon's Myrick Coyle and Tyler Miller. Bad luck for Graydell, then Justice League, SV Offshore and Liquor Split.
once we did a couple laps, figured out where I could let this thing eat a little bit and get the tunnel flap going, we just went to the lead, and then we had our own course to run.
Yeah.
So open water.
Once you get that clean water, you're away. So it was a battle to get there. Those guys played a pretty hard game for us to catch them. But once we worked out what we wanted, we took them on the outside, and that was us. We were away.
Yeah, you know, the boat was set up very well. We ran in first for 4, 5, 6 laps. I don't recall exactly when Pro Floors from New Zealand got around us, but hats off to them. You know, it's a battle of attrition with these boats, and lap 6 or 7, we started feeling a little bit of a vibration in the boat, and it started coming on worse and worse and worse throughout the last 3 laps of the race. So, you know, hey, second place finish, podium finish, that's all we can ask for. Keep charging towards them points, and you know, here we go, on to the next one. But congratulations, hats off to Pro Floors. Yeah.
Listen, I was happy to see Red Day Ball.
Yeah, right.
Not like, man, that sucks. I went like, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, not bad. Number three, that's okay, man. We're in the money, Gotta be in the money, that's what's gotta be, in the money.
Give it up for your SuperCat champion.
In the overall results after the Cocoa Beach and Sarasota races, Graydell and NZ11 Pro Floors are tied for first at 190 points. Just 1 point ahead of MCon in third, and SV Offshore is fourth with 128 points. Welcome to St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Florida, which hosts the 2022 APBA P1 Offshore Championship, a powerboat racing extravaganza where the SuperCat fleet was joined by the Superstock boats, Class 1 racing, and various other categories, as well as personal watercraft racing with the Aquacross Grand Prix. Considered the pride of Florida's Gulf Coast, St. Pete Clearwater is famous for its award-winning pristine white sand beaches and emerald green Gulf waters. St. Pete has a trendy and vibrant downtown, a social, commercial and artistic hub with excellent dining, bars and shopping. The cultural scene in St. Pete is also famous for its incredible murals and street art, and of course some world-class museums. The Museum of Fine Arts has art from all ages, and the world-famous Dali Museum houses the largest collection of the famed Surrealist's works outside of Spain. There's something for everyone, and all watchable from close up on St. Pete's new pier, with the Pier Tiki restaurant overlooking the weekend action. The Museum of Fine Arts was the beautiful backdrop to a party hosted by CMR Roofing and Construction, where drivers, crews and their families from all racing categories relaxed and partied whilst enjoying the art. There were 7 boats in the SuperCat category, and nearing the end of the season, just a handful of points separated the top boats. MCon is currently leading the standings with Myrick Coyle and Tyler Miller looking to hold on to their lead here.
So we are in the overall standing, we are sitting at the top of the points with a drop race series that we're running. We're in second by 4 points. So we're needing a win here in St. Petersburg or to finish ahead of Graydell. So it's a lot on the line, a lot at stake here.
Graydell has a talented duo as Chris Grant and Billy Moore take the fight to the leaders and vie for top spot. Pro Floor's New Zealand duo of Wayne Valder and Grant Brueggemann are back with a vengeance after being away due to COVID and are big contenders for the title. SV Offshore are third but have had an up and down season so far.
We need to get on the podium here, kind of repeat what we did in Lake of the Ozarks. So I feel if we can get on the podium here, it's kind of going to have a little statement for us having some momentum.
Teams put their boats and skills to the test with their newly introduced qualifier session to determine who gets the coveted pole position. Getting set up right for the flatter waters of St. Pete was key, a course that demands more top speed than acceleration. MCon sets out and lays down a blazing fast time. But Pro Floors comes out and their Kiwi crew has an incredible run and takes provisional pole position. Liquor Split have great pace and bumped down Gradel to take third position in qualifying. SV Offshore were off the pace but managed to beat WHM, who were struggling with setup issues.
Yeah, qualifying was good. You know, it was flat out there. It was fast. Big sweep in turns. Don't know where the numbers fall, but, well, you know what? We'll see what happens. You know, what you do today doesn't mean is what you're going to do tomorrow.
And so NZ11 grabs the top spot. MCon will start in P2 with Liquor Split in third. Right in the middle is Gradel in fourth, with SV Offshore to their outside. WHM sixth and Justice League on the very outside in seventh. The SuperCat race is on. Fans gather along the shore in the VIP venue at the tip of St. Pete's Pier to watch the action. The boats head out and line up for the rolling start. And there's the green flag. NZ11 has a good start there, pulling ahead already. MCon following behind in second. Liquor Split falling back though, while Gradel and SV Offshore are neck and neck fighting for third. NZ11 has great pace today. They get to the buoy first, MCon running in second. Gradel and SV are still in a drag race around the top, jostling back and forth for P4. Gradel nudges ahead before turning back towards the pier. SV Offshore takes the left-hander on the inside, out front of Gradel. WHM leads the trio in the battle for third. Gradel pushing on the inside just a boat length behind SV Offshore. Gradel's Chris Grant and Billy Moore have done it. They use that inside lane and regain fourth from SV Offshore. MCon are a few boat lengths behind the hard-charging NZ11, and oh no, loses it and spins. Well, they managed to stay upright as the field passes them, but it's too bad for them. They are out of the race. NZ11 are next level, seemingly in their own race, way ahead. Not looking back, the New Zealand outfit, it is full gas for them. In the 450 factory stock class, which is run simultaneously, boat number 7, MTI's Taylor Schism and Johnny Tomlinson leads. Clover Sports in second, and number 32, GC Racing in P3. Number 7, MTI has 2 second place finishes so far. Can they hold on to P1? It's bad luck for number 8, Justice League. They didn't make it out for qualifying and are now out of the race in lap 1. Gradel in hot pursuit of WHM in P2, but third place is still good for their points. Impressive race from Liquor Split's Jason Ventura and Jim McIntyre, who have passed SV Offshore. SV Offshore has a second place podium at the last race in the Great Lakes Grand Prix on Lake Michigan, but suffering here, and halfway into the next lap they slow down and are out. Gradel now finding its groove, pulling up on WHM. 3 boats in a battle for third. WHM, Gradel and Liquor Split as they approach the dogleg left-hander. WHM is wide. Gradel makes a move to get to the yellow buoy first and push WHM further to its outside. Grant and Moore on the warpath as they slip past WHM and move into second. Now Liquor Split's Ventura and McIntyre on the attack with a podium in sight. But Liquor Split goes wider and maintains greater speed and smokes WHM. Liquor Split in P3. NZ11 lapping the 450R number 7 MTI boat in P1. Laps wind down and Gradel maintains second. Out in front though, NZ11 in a spectacular show today. NZ11 cross the line and take the win here in St. Pete Clearwater. It's been a truly dominant performance for the New Zealand outfit. Gradel battled hard to grab that second spot on the podium, and a job well done by Liquor Split to fight hard and take the third and final spot on the podium.
No stopping us now.
We kind of propped down a little bit to give us some acceleration through all those turns. So hats off to Wayne and the whole team. He drove a great race, and you know the boat ran flawlessly.
Yeah.
Engines ran great. So
yeah.
Thumbs up.
Hey, we just prepared the boat for what we felt was the conditions today, and you know, it paid off, and it paid off really well.
Feels pretty good. We had a tough battle with WHM and Liquor Split tried to get in it. When MCon spun out, we didn't really have no place to go, so we tried to duck on the inside, just the safest route, but made sure that we didn't gain a position by doing anything wrong. So
good.
Pro Floors really had a good boat. They did a good job today. I think hats off to those guys.
Yeah, they
did
fast.
fantastic. It was fast.
Yeah.
This was awesome. You know, we finally been working on the boat so hard, trying to get it dialed in just where it needs to be, and today showed that all the hard work is finally paying off.
And now the overall results. In first, NZ Pro Floors Racing with the maximum points. Great L close behind in second. MCon out but still in the top 3. And Liquor Split picks up an impressive 84 points. And that concludes the 2022 P1 Offshore SuperCat season. We'll see you in 2023 for another action-packed season.